So listen up, kids. Word on the street is Brooklyn Bloodlines is coming back for season 2. Yeah, that's right. Bigger, messier, and with more double-crossing than a Staten Island divorce. We open with Goku D'Angelo, God bless his short fuse, banging the table like he's still owed money from '87. Somebody's singing to the feds, he says. And let me tell you, when Goku's looking for a rat, you better start packing cheese sandwiches, capiche? Then you got Nick Palermo, chain-smoking like it's the Olympics, pretending he's calm, but he's sweating like a priest in a whorehouse. Lopez, forget 'bout it. He storms in yelling about raids and wiretaps like the man just found out his mother-in-law's moving in. And Bambi? She's walking through the rain like some kind of mob femme fatale, looking like a saint but plotting like a sinner. Meanwhile, Christian freaking Zintelli's strutting around in silk suits, smirking like the cat that ate the canary, and the canary's whole freaking family. Then, boom, courthouse blows up. I ain't talking fireworks, I'm talking straight up kaboom. Out of the smoke waddles Mikey, the hammer. This guy cracks his knuckles and goes, "When I swing, you stay down." Like, come on, that's poetry right there. And it don't stop, pal. Admiral Impeach is hawking blueprints like hot pretzels, Supreme's lounging in smoke thicker than Nonna's Sunday gravy, Emily's crying at the window like a soap opera star, and Winters, the Fed, popping pills like he's auditioning for a Skittles commercial. And here's the kicker. The whole thing boils down to family, but this ain't no warm hugs and pasta dinner. Nah, this kind of family costs you blood, teeth, and probably your favorite leather jacket. So what's the moral? Simple. Brooklyn Bloodlines Season 2, coming soon. If you think last season was nuts, wait till you see who gets clipped this time.
Muggs, what the fuck you doing in there, you prick?
Bambi's Twisted Tales, Frankenstein, the butcher's son. Victor Frankenstein wasn't no poor struggler. He was born cushy. Family had dough, and he was spoiled like bad milk. He thought books made him special, thought science was a gun he could point at God himself. Instead of learning respect, he learned arrogance. He wasn't reading for wisdom. He was studying like a degenerate gambling junkie, looking for cheats in the system. His dream? Create life, not nurture it, not raise it, just own it. When other kids were chasing girls, Victor was skulking around cemeteries. Rain soaking his coat, shovel in his hands, stealing corpses like he was collecting baseball cards. Arms from here, legs from there, skulls tossed aside like junk. He wasn't making a man, he was making a meat puzzle. The villagers saw graves dug up, bodies missing, whispers flying. But rich kids don't get locked up. They get ignored. Months of slicing and stitching, and Victor had his masterpiece, a body taller than any man, stitched together like butcher's scraps. He waited for the storm. Lightning split the sky. The lab reeked of rot and ozone, and Victor pulled the switch like he was launching a war. The body twitched, gasped, opened its eyes. And what did Victor do? He pissed his pants and ran. The genius father abandoned his kid at birth. The creature woke up alone. His chest hurt, stitches burned, and his reflection scared the hell out of him. He wandered into villages looking for help. Children screamed, women fainted, men swung pitchforks. He begged with broken words, but all he got was fire, rocks, and hate. Every door slammed, every face spat. That was his welcome to the world, rejection and fists. The monster hid in the woods, watching a poor family through cracks in the wall. He saw kindness, patience, love. things he never had. He copied their words, learned their songs, thought maybe he could join them. One night he walked in, arms out, trying to smile. The old man, blind, spoke to him kindly, but the son came back, saw the face, and beat him bloody with a stick. The monster fled, heart shattered. That was the day innocence died. Grief curdled into rage. He stumbled on a boy, Victor's little brother. The kid screamed, "Monster!" before he even swung. The creature snapped his neck like a twig. When Victor heard, he knew. This was his fault, but instead of confessing or taking responsibility, he pointed fingers. Let innocent people burn for crimes he created. That's the measure of the man. Some guys chase rackets in the street. Anthony Rizzo chased him under the lights. He wasn't the kind of wise guy who broke bones in alleys. He broke contracts in boardrooms, flipped dreams into dollar signs. If Brooklyn had a showman gangster, it was Rizzo. He grew up hustling the back rooms of Vegas and Atlantic City, watching high rollers burn fortunes while the house always won. Rizzo took notes. The games weren't about luck, they were about control. By the time he hit Brooklyn, he wasn't playing for scraps. He came for the stage itself. That's how Kno Evil Productions was born, a record label dressed up like a family business. Flashy logos, glossy posters, young artists with stars in their eyes. But behind the smoke machines and the champagne, it was the same old mob story. Contracts soaked in blood, talent treated like earners, and every penny funneled back into Rizzo's pocket. Flashback, a dim club in Queens, a kid rapping with a voice like thunder. Rizzo sitting in the back with a cigar, nodding slow. He claps once. The room goes quiet. "You want a career, kid? Sign here." The kid don't know it yet, but he ain't signing for music. He's signing his soul. Flash, Rizzo sliding into a leather booth across from Goku D'Angelo, the two of them smiling like friends while their eyes say something else. Deals are made, drinks are poured, but nobody trusts anybody at that table. Anthony Rizzo ain't motivated by loyalty or tradition. He's a gambler who always bets on himself. Music's just his racket, the stage just another corner to own. Every artist he signs, every show he books, it's all bricks in the empire he's building in Brooklyn. He's not the wolf. He's not the devil. He's something slipperier, a businessman who sells dreams and pockets souls. And in Season 2, when the wolves and devils start taking bites, Rizzo's betting big that his stage is the one everybody's gonna bleed on. Brooklyn Bloodlines, Season 2, coming soon. The monster cornered Victor on the mountains. His voice was rough, but his words cut clean. "You made me. You owe me." He didn't ask for riches, not even respect. He wanted one thing, a mate, someone as broken as him so he wouldn't rot alone. Victor pretended to agree. He started building her, another stitched-up doll. But when he saw her half-finished, he panicked. What if she's worse? What if they breed? Coward tore her apart right in front of him. That betrayal sealed it. The monster swore vengeance, and he kept his word. On Victor's wedding night, while the champagne was still cold, the creature slipped in. He strangled Victor's bride with her own veil, left her body twisted like a warning. Victor collapsed. He screamed revenge, but what he really screamed was guilt. He built a nightmare and let it off the leash. Now the leash was around his neck. Victor chased him across countries, through snow, mountains, rivers. He called it justice. It was obsession. The creature mocked him, always ahead, always just out of reach. They were tied together like mob families in a blood feud. Creator and creation, doomed to dance until one fell. On the frozen sea, Victor finally collapsed, lungs given out, heart rotten from inside. His creation stood over him, not smiling, not laughing, just staring. The monster didn't kill him. Didn't have to. Victor killed himself the day he made him. When Victor finally died, the creature wept. Yeah, you heard me. He cried. Not because he loved him, but because he hated that the only connection he had in the world was gone. He spoke to the empty air, said he'd burn himself on a pyre, vanish like smoke. Some say he did. Others say he still wanders the ice, tall as a tower, stitched like sin, cursing the name of the man who abandoned him. Either way, his shadow never left the world. Moral of the story: you can't play God without cleaning up the blood. Victor wasn't a genius. He was a coward who ran from his own mess. And his son? He wasn't born evil. He was made that way, by rejection, cruelty, and betrayal. You raise a man with hate, you shouldn't be shocked when he comes back swinging. And that's why you roll with Bambi and the Pizzaverse. We don't glamorize monsters, we don't sugarcoat clowns, and we sure as hell don't let phonies wear crowns. We tell it raw, bloody, and straight. So smash that subscribe, hit the bell, and remember, the Pizzaverse don't miss.